I backed down from a girl once.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was going to a 7th grade dance. Remember those dances you used to have at like the church?
Not the church. School dances there were, but...
Well, they had mine in a church, like a gymnasium, but it was everybody get to go. All the junior highs met up at this church thing, and we'd all go.
That sounds safe.
But you had to be a certain age. I was in 6th grade. You had to be in 7th. And I was trying to lie to the priest, but I couldn't because, he's how old are you? And I'm like lying. She goes, hurry up. And I told her to shut up. And she happened to be just one of these girls. And she went, what? And she snapped. And she goes, I'll beat the crap. Just snapped and just was literally grabbed me by the neck. And I just backed down.
What are you going to do?
Take a beating from a girl. It wasn't happening.
You're in a no-win situation. Because if you hit back, people look at you like, oh, my God.
Even if I hit her back.
What's wrong with this guy? But then if you hit her back and you lose the fight, it's even worse.
Yeah, I was definitely going to lose this one. This girl.
That's a no-win situation. I think you did the right thing.
I hit a girl once.
Yeah?
Yeah, when I was probably 4th grade.
I thought you were going to say 42.
Yeah, 40. No.
Didn't you hear the 4?
Yeah. 4. I was 42 at the food emporium.
Right. She punched her right in the face.
She took the last block of cheese.
I had to. My father gave me some great advice, but didn't give me enough detail. He said, if anybody gives you any problems, he goes, and they're bigger than you.
Yeah.
So it's a nice fatherly advice after a few scotches, and I'm talking about me, not him. My father, a few scotches, and he goes, here's what you do. You grab the biggest stick you could find and just hit him with it. I'm like, okay, sound advice. Thanks, Pop. So I go outside, and in our little development was this big girl, and she was kind of a bully, but she was a girl. She was a couple of years older and very tall.
Dykey big?
Yeah, like dykey big. And she was always pushing us kids around when we were playing. So she came up to me. She was giving me some crap, and she pushed me, and I fell down. So I got up. I walked into the wooded area across the street, got this big piece of log that was laying on the ground, walked up behind her. I didn't even face her, and hit her in the back, right between the shoulder blades with a log. She fell down crying her eyes. It was the first time anyone ever saw this bitch cry. She was laying down, trying to hold her back, get her arms behind her back, crying, rolling around on the ground. And I threw the log down and did that thing with my hands, clean them off, and just walked back home. And I told my father what I did, and he smacked me in the face for hitting a girl.
Did he really?
This is so confusing, Dad.
Well, relax, Paul Bunyan. You can't.
Well, he should have told me.
You don't go out to the woods. You went to the woods and grabbed.
I went right for a log.
The branch off. And just came back, and you're a serial killer.
When he said find the biggest stick you can find, I assumed you get a log from the woods and just pound her across the back with it, and that's what I did. I didn't even, face-to-face do it. I just snuck up behind her like a VC and hit her right in the shoulder blades, right between the shoulder blades. Her air just went, she was down and out. And then my father told me, no, you jackass, not girls. You don't hit girls no matter what.
You just went to the woods and got a nice big tree branch and cracked her in the...
First and last time, big branch. It was big, long, a lot of leverage, a lot of swing.
Pop's never had a problem throwing plates of food at the wall, but as far as hitting women...
No, he didn't throw it at Mom's head.
No.
I smacked a girl. I smacked a girl one time in my life.
Yeah, that was the first and last time I ever, hit a girl.
I had all my friends behind me. She cheated on me with another guy. Oh. And I had her, and I was, trying to impress my friends. But my friends were all psychopaths, literal...
Why wouldn't they be, of course?
Psychopaths. So I had her by, the collar, and I was like, you cheated on me? And they go, hit her. Hit her. And I'm
nice.
I'm holding my arm up right in front of her, and I'm looking at it you hit her, or we're going to beat the crap out of you. And I just went crack.
A little peer pressure.
I hit her right in the face. I still feel bad about it to this day.
Let's call her.
I swear to God, I wish I could. All I know is that she had a big Horseshack afro and a huge nose. She actually might have been a dude. I might not even be in the wrong. I remember she was probably one of the ugliest girls I've ever... I remember her and her brother looked exactly the same.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, she was probably one of the ugliest women I've ever been with in my life. And she cheated on me.
I'll show you some restraint after that. Years later, I believe I was in the 6th grade.
I thought you were going to say years later I was in a courtroom with Dominic Barbara. And,
No, we all know that story. I was in 6th grade, and this big, again, another big, like, overbuilt girl. It was 6th grade. She had a set of
onions,
huge. She came back from 5th grade, 6th grade, boom. She was all fully developed, had curves, nice ass, but a big girl, too, like tall. Her name was Jerry. I don't remember her last name, but just Jerry. And one day she decided, I don't know why, just to kick me right in the groin.
That means they like you.
For no reason, whether it meant she liked me or she heard. I think this was like something like I did with the stick. She had heard, hey, if some guy hassles you, kick him in the groin. And then decided to just give it a test run to see what it looks like and if it works. And I just right on the ground. And she walked away laughing. And if I ever had the reason again to pick up a big stick and whack a big girl between the shoulder blades, it was then. But, I thought, I'll just let it go.
Just let it be.
You probably just weren't near trees.
Yeah.
And I was in no position
to parking lot.
Grab anything but my... I was in pain. I remember that pain.
I'm so distracted. E-Rock is playing girl fight videos like crazy.
Oh.
There are close to 12,000 girl fight videos on YouTube alone.
Oh, my God.
Mike in Paramus, what's up?
Hey there, Mike.
What's going on, guys?
What's up?
Well, I got Anthony's story beat about the time I hit a girl.
Yeah.
I'm in 8th grade, and I'm really heavy back then. And this cheerleader and her boyfriend, football quarterback, are over there making fun of me. And she just called me a fat piece of whatever. I moved him out of the way, and I just clocked her.
Nice.
Are we actually talking about beating up women?
Well, no, it's like your first experience with hitting a girl.
Yeah.
It was so empowering until the rest of the football team beat me down.
It was so empowering.
You felt great. You really do, because they go down so easy.
Is it the what's the opening sequence? Was it Way of the Gun? Can't remember the movie. What's that one with?
I have no idea.
Anyone remember?
I'm not even going to try to make believe on this one.
Sarah Silverman.
I have no idea.
Sarah Silverman.
Okay.
Just gets clocked right in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, Way of the Gun. It's a great
actually
scene.
hit me and my chick got into a fight. This is a true story. I was, you get in a fight with your girl and you get so mad, whatever. You'll smash a cup, you'll punch a wall. But I had raw chicken in my hand, and I swear to God, I was cooking the chicken, and I went to throw it against the wall. Like, I'm not just, forget it. We're not eating now. But the chicken slipped out of my hand and slapped her. It slammed her right in the face.
Wild pitch with the chicken.
It was, but I went. When you laugh,
you're just trying to give her a little chin music with the.
I hit her in the face, and it slapped, but it stuck to her cheek, and it was just kind of sliding down. So you kind of like, oh man, you're like, oh, I don't want to hurt you, but it's really funny. And
what was it? A nice cutlet?
It's like a cutlet, and it's
how do you not laugh at that?
Because you don't
at that point.
Because
there's a cutlet stuck to the side of your chick's face.
She balled up her fist and came at me, and I had to
with the cutlet still on her face.
I had to put all my weight. I had to put her on the ground and put all my weight on her just to hold her down, because that's like the only thing you can really do to a girl.
Yeah,
is just weigh them down with all your
weigh them down and calm them down.
Yeah, just like, baby, listen, calm down. I ain't calming down. I'm gonna beat the crowd. Listen, I'm not gonna let that happen. It was chicken, relax.
All right, I did accidentally.
Oh, here we go. All right,
well. And this is the X.
Yeah,
this is the X.
Oh boy,
this was when things were going down.
Okay,
I don't know why she decided to get so upset that I would bring my girlfriend to a gig. One of my band was playing, and why would she get so upset with that? I told her not to show up. It was over at that point. She decided she was going to show up. Had a few, and started making a scene. So my ex hated the C word. Like, I couldn't even say it recreationally.
I remember.
I couldn't call I couldn't call someone on TV it. I couldn't. If I said it, it made an argument that you couldn't believe would last all night until I would whisper.
Women in general hate that word, but it went a lot further with
there was some deep-seated thing.
If you said it just to anybody,
anybody. If I said it to an inanimate character in a video game,
if he said it to someone that deserved it.
So if I named my kid that word, Kelly,
I would have never been able to have said, yeah, this is Bob's kid.
Yeah, right.
C word. But she hated it. And she started mouthing off and making a kind of a scene. And my girlfriend did the best thing she could possibly do, flipped her the bird and called her the C word. So my ex now lunges at her. So I step in and try to restrain her arms and get her out of the bar. As I'm doing it, she trips and her head goes right into the jukebox.
Like Fonzie?
Oh, her head went right into the jukebox.
Just slows down.
And, yeah, I think she got a cut over her eye.
Oh,
it was, and I was like, the first thing I thought is, oh man, I'm going to be in trouble for this. They're going to arrest me for throwing a head through there. But, and then I thought, God, that was refreshing.
And at that point, you figured you were all in, so you kicked her a few times. And,
let's be honest.
I was just escorted out of the bar.
Let's be honest, though. There's nothing like when you get mad at your girl, giving her a nice goon hand. Just grabbing her by the elbow and just squeezing and dragging her out of somewhere.
Goon hand.
You know what I mean? Just putting that goon hand.
What's wrong with you?
Right on her. Just,
I've
you know where you
never
grab
given
him?
the goon
you
hand.
Grab him right above the elbow on that little fat, and you squeeze it, and you pick her arm up like a little chicken wing, and you drag her out. Come here, I want to talk to you. But you're calm, like to everybody around you, but you're pinching that fat, and you give her you come here, I want to talk to you for a second, and you're smiling as you're walking out. So
that's very Italian.
People around are seeing you smile. I saw him walk out, they were smiling. And she, but you squeeze her, come here, I want to talk to you, and drag her right out. Right out of the mall, you get into a fight and Pottery Barn. Hey, listen, come here.
She's got 4 round bruises on one side of her arm and one big round one on the other where your big meat thumb was.
You gotta get a nice goon hand and drag her out of the parking lot. God, you really can't argue arguing in public. Let me tell you something. I was going to you ever go to Martha's Vineyard? You have to take
I've been there, yeah.
You have to take that dumb ferry.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awful. So we go to this stupid thing, and we're going back, and she goes, would you like something to eat? And I go, yeah, give me an egg sandwich with cheese and ham. She comes back up with tuna and mustard. Ugh. Right?
And she deserves to get beat for that?
Wait, I didn't say beat. I never beat it. Jesus, I hope you stop jumping the gun.
Slap her with the sandwich.
No, but there's everybody around, all these little happy white families from Cape Cod and me. And I'm like, what did I say? Did I say turkey? And she's like, well, that's all they had.
Sounds like a relationship that was in trouble.
You couldn't come up and ask me? And she's like, listen. And then they get mad at you. Right? But this is what she did. She kept me going until I snapped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I snapped. I go, listen, all right? It's not about the sandwich.
All of a sudden, it's not about the sandwich anymore.
It's about the fact that we haven't had sex in 3 months.
Because I love you. And I can't have sex with women I love. I have to hate you. Oh, wait a minute. Back to the story.
It's not my fault I'm having sex with everybody out there except you.
Yes.
Hey, man, I was just trying to give you a sandwich. Chill out.
But that's what she did. She goes like this.
Is this about the sandwich?
Everybody around was seeing us argue through our teeth. You know when you grind?
Yeah, you don't want to make a scene.
Then she goes like this. She goes, it's a sandwich.
Sandwich.
If you want to fight about a sandwich. And she starts crying.
You're like, calm down. Just calm down. No, you calm down. I'm not calming down. You better calm down.
If you make a scene, I swear you will be thrown overboard.
That's when the goon hand comes into play, right there.
All right, that's where you have to break out the goon hand. Now I get it.
You get the goon hand right there. You squeeze like, listen, don't you say sandwich one more time, I swear to God.
I don't care. I'm on this ferry. You calm down.
Come here. I want to talk to you on the Lido deck. Get out here.
We'll deal with this later when we get home.
No, I want to deal
not
with
in
it now.
public. If you make a scene in public, I swear I will kill you. I was never been into the public scene. The public display of hatred and arguing and stuff is so embarrassing to me. Because I know how entertaining it is when it's someone else.
There's nothing better.
You just watching a couple argue.
There's nothing
you stop. You stop. Drop what you're doing. If you're like the mall and a couple's arguing and you have to get to a store, you'll turn around and follow them just to hear the argument.
Yeah, you go get
where it goes.
Go right to the food court, get a couple little chicken teriyakis on some toothpicks, and go.
You're just eating. It's like a movie. Follow them around, right?
Nothing better than seeing a couple fight.
To be part of that, to be center stage, no. Never been into the scene.
I've done,
and believe me, with my ex, it was a scene everywhere. I used to have to give a preamble before we went out at night. It's like, look, I know we're going to be going out. Like everything's fine right now. We're both sober. This is great. We're going to go out. Now, no matter what happens, let's remember, right now, is there a problem? Like, I'd have to do this before we went out. No. I go, just remember that. There's no problems. So later on, after a few drinks, don't think that there's a problem. It's just the booze. And pass all that by.
How is that going to help?
I don't understand. Was she
You're nuts, Anthony.
Because heroin? Was she seeing delusions?
After a few shots of Jack Daniels.
Because you're going to remember the conversation you had when you were stone sober after you had a few pops.
But I was trying to put it in like a suggestion, one of those like mental suggestions that I could pull out later through hypnosis. So we'd be out drinking. She'd do a few shots of Jack.
You freak.
Yeah, bend some spoons.
Mind control.
I was giving her a mental suggestion. Mind control. So she'd do a few shots, and then before I know it, it would be like, you know, you are an hole, and blah, 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 and just an argument would start out of nowhere. And then I'd try to bring back what I said. I said, remember earlier today when I said there was no problem? I go, that's still right now. There's no problem. There's a problem. It's you.
I don't like how Anthony is completely sober in this conversation.
Oh, no, I was drunk, but I never slurred when I was drunk.
No, Anthony is pretty amazing when he's drunk.
Really?
Oh, the best drunk.
You understand? Right there.
I get happy.
Right there, when she went, you grabbed the goon hand.
Goon hand would
have solved all of it.
Yeah, I should have used the goon hand a little more.
Little goon hand. The Italians and the blacks made the goon hand up. The black pimps.
The blacks called it something else. Started with a C.
I saw some things. I saw some things back in the day. Some things. Yeah. I saw some things.
Look at Opie's looking down.
Yeah. Because it's very uncomfortable when Anthony decides to go down this road. But I saw some things.
Now you were actually, you didn't have a girl then, did you?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you had a girl, but you had to watch this relationship over here.
Yeah,
and then my chick at the time decided to take Aunt's wife's side. That made for a lot of fun.
And boy, their relationship crumbled pretty quickly after that.
Yeah, of course it did.
How are you going to have? We're radio partners,
right?
My ex is now hated by me, and
I heard that my ex was driving Anthony's ex-wife to the lawyer. I'm like, are you insane?
While you were with her?
Yes.
Goon hand. That's where it comes from.
Goon hand.
Should have had the goon hand.
Come here, I want to talk to you. You don't drive her anywhere.
Yeah, that was pretty much the last straw.
No, my favorite was right when the proceedings started.
Yeah.
Divorce proceedings started, and Opie's chick and my ex. His ex-chick and my future ex-wife at the time used my Amex card to get a cruise. Both of them.
They went on a cruise together.
His chick.
I was already living my own life at this point.
His chick used my Amex before I'm like running to the phone to cancel the Amex. Too late. Wham! Cruise is on there.
Jeez. Wow. So
yeah.
Your chick got a free cruise on Anthony.
Yeah. No, it wound up causing Opie because he felt so bad he paid for it.
Yeah, I paid Anthony back in the end, but it was just like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
And that was after she lifted $40,000 from the bank account. All I had in my life was $40,000. The most money I'd ever earned in my life. And
after 45 years of life, he only
had it in the bank.
Do you know how good that makes me feel?
Everything.
Honestly, God, do you know how good you just made me feel saying that? That all 45 years of life, you had $40,000.
That was it.
And that's it. But you were happy, right?
40 large. I felt nice. Felt good about it.
She took it.
Took all of it and went on a cruise on my dime.
In the middle of divorce.
With her friend. And God knows... I can only assume what went on that cruise.
Some dreadlock guy with no tan line.
All I can think of is she was going to show me.
Yeah, and she was. Some guy who wears a skirt. That's how manly he is.
All right, listen.
Hey, lady.
God, our listeners are the greatest. You know, we try to talk about Obama and how he might be the first black president. There's like no one calling. They're like, whatever, dude. Who gives a crap?
But here
we
the
talk
lines are
about
packed.
hitting women, and look at these phones
lines
from
are
all over
packed.
the world.
Yeah, there's so many guys. You know, a bunch of guys from Philly. Dude, I do the goon hand.
Yeah.
The goon. I invented the goon hand.
Right.
We invented steak and cheese in the goon hand.
They bring in Philly when they're being married. He goon hands her up the aisle.
Right.
That's like part of the wedding ceremony.
Listenership in Philly is way up right now. It's not. They can't get enough of this.
Goon hand her up the aisle. Come here. This is the guy you met. Go get him.
The father goon hands his daughter down.
Just here. Ow.
All right, listen. We got to